Hello everyone and welcome back to Animation Pilgrimage, the show where we take a look at every single theatrically released animated film in chronological order. I'm Sean.
I'm Tennille. And this week we have a film from 1978, Krabat, the Sorcerer's Apprentice, from Czech.
Yeah, it's another papercraft film.
Mm-hmm. And it's just better than the last one.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of animation and all that.
Yeah, they took the same general styling and characteristics that they used in the Arabian Nights adaptation that they made.
Mm-hmm.
And just made it better.
Yeah, it's just even more polished. And I really, really like the gothic, spooky
aesthetic that
they're going for here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, you want to get into the story?
Sure. So it's the story of an orphan guy named Krabat. I don't know. And one winter, a crow tells him to go to a spooky mill. And he does so. And then he's stuck at the mill and he has to work at the mill. And it turns out...
He becomes the miller's apprentice.
He becomes the sorcerer's apprentice. Because the guy running the mill is actually a sorcerer. And he teaches...
Black magic
to the 12 apprentices that he has there. And then at the end of the year... he has a magic wizard fight with the oldest and most experienced. Whoever lives controls the book, and whoever dies, dies. It's always the apprentice, every single time.
That dies.
Yeah, that dies. So, the mill stops running when there are not 12 apprentices. But that doesn't happen for very long, because every winter, the sorcerer finds another hapless orphan out there to pull in with...
magic, I guess.
The temptations of food and work, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And housing. And the cycle continues. And this happens like 2 years in a row while the main character
is trying to figure out what to do and also falls in love.
Oh yeah, but
he's the main character, of course he falls in love.
He sees a girl, hears her sing a song once while he's out being a raven, and then he falls in love, and she's like, yeah, okay, I'll fall in love with the crow guy.
Crow boy.
And then eventually he's like found out, and he does shenanigans to try to avoid it, but it doesn't work in the end, and the girl is like comes like, I want my love.
Well, okay, Krabat, and his buddy, one of the other apprentices, look in the sorcerer's book when the sorcerer isn't around and find out that love is stronger than any magic.
Yeah.
So they get his girlfriend to show up and challenge the sorcerer to...
a thing.
Yeah.
She's blindfolded and she has to figure out which one's Krabat, and if she chooses correctly, she wins. Otherwise, she will die. She chooses correctly because she can hear his voice in his heart.
Yeah.
Because apparently he could never talk when she was around because she was just too beautiful.
Ugh, gag me.
So she recognizes him as a crow, but like she doesn't really know him a whole lot when he's a human.
She's blindfolded too.
It's silly, but she figures it out. The bad guy crumbles away. The mill burns up
into flames.
Is destroyed, and all magic is lost. But that's okay because we're orphans again.
Wait, huh? Okay, so the story's a little weak. I like it. It's fine, but the story... Okay, so the papercraft is really cool. Mm-hmm. However, this feels like a story that needs a little bit more emotion to it to really work. And so the papercraft's limited...
facial... animation doesn't work.
Doesn't really help. And it makes the story feel kind of dry and makes since this is a story about, love overcoming evil, it's hard to really feel that love connection when the characters just
hello, I am main character,
stare blankly 1,000 yards into the distance.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like, if you're gonna go into this film, have that in mind. The gothic aesthetic really is kind of cool, and like, I think the story's neat, just that this animation style doesn't quite give it the punch it needs, you know?
You know, I gotta wonder, what was this guy's deal?
Okay.
The Sorcerer specifically.
So, this story is based off of a book, which is based off of Sorbinian folklore. And the Sorbs, I'm sorry if I'm saying this incorrectly, this is actually the first time I've heard of it, but the Sorbs are a Slavic group of people.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the book, it sounds like there's only one other person who comes to the mill, and it's someone by the name of, like, Mr. Goodman or something like that. And he's presumably the devil.
Okay.
Never explicitly said, but, like, presumably he's the devil.
Insinuates that, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and from what I saw of how the book is structured, it sounds like in the book, it's more of a mystery as to why the first apprentice disappeared. Like, our main character doesn't see that first fight, and it sounds like the master is instead sacrificing these boys to give to Mr. Goodman.
Okay, so it's more of a...
makes more sense to me.
I sacrifice these children to the devil so I can continue to do magic or something.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense than I draw children in and then...
train them in magic, have them duel me, just so that I can maybe die, but probably kill them. I don't know.
And then go get another child. I just have this sick fascination with raising children for 12 years and then killing them.
Yeah.
What?
What? I mean, he's a dark, evil sorcerer guy, but, like, still, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Even if he is just a psychopath, it's kind of like, well, then why don't you just draw them in and...
kill them with magic immediately.
Yeah.
Why do the 12 years of training them how to fight back against you first?
Yeah. Why don't they all just, you know...
unite together and fight you as a whole unit, because they could probably overpower you. There are 12 of them and one of you.
Yeah, and so from what I could tell in the book, like, it's more of a mystery of what's going on. So that makes a little bit more sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Not really a whole lot else to say about this one.
I will say the pace of the movie actually feels like it drags.
Mm-hmm.
It's slow and things just kind of happen, and, like, again, because, like, the limitations of papercraft animation, you don't get a lot of the emotional investment, so it's just kind of tedious to walk through all the steps all the time. The
Sorcerer definitely has the most iconic look to him.
Yeah, he's got a giant crack in his head.
Yeah. Ooh.
He's neat looking.
Uh-huh. So, not really a film I would recommend, but it's kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It might be a good Halloween movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Something lightly spooky.
Yeah. Spooky light.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for this time.
Yeah, so...
Next time,
join us for Ringing Bell.
Cool.
I don't know much about this one, other than people really like it, and it's from Japan. So let's see what it's all about.
Yeah, this will be good.